Chapter 1. The Map. It began with an old leather-bound journal, buried under dust in the college library's archives. Inside was a fragile map, sketched with trembling ink, pointing to a place deep in the mountains. No one knew who drew it. No name, no date. Only 3 words written beneath the lines: do not follow. But curiosity is louder than warnings. By evening, 5 friends set out together, flashlights, ropes, and nerves tied as tight as their backpacks. At first, the trail was nothing but quiet pines and crunching leaves. Then, the forest grew silent, too silent. Even the crickets hushed. And that's when they found it. A stone arch, half buried in moss, glowing faintly as if it had swallowed moonlight. What was waiting beyond that arch was nothing they had ever imagined. Chapter 2. The Whisper. The arch seemed to hum softly, a low vibration beneath their feet. One friend pressed a hand against the cold stone and froze. A whisper crawled into the night. Not from the wind, not from the trees. It came from the arch itself. The words were faint, broken, and ancient, but they carried across the clearing. You should not be here. Flashlights flickered. The air grew heavy, damp, as if the forest had closed its lungs. Then, all at once, the glow inside the arch spread wider, brighter, until it spilled into the woods like liquid silver. And beyond the light, one shadow moved. Chapter 3. The Shadow. It wasn't human. Too tall, too thin. Its movements jerky, like broken glass sliding across stone. The friends stumbled back, their breaths shallow. But one of them, trembling, stepped closer to the arch, as if pulled by invisible strings. The shadow reached out an arm. Not a threat, an invitation. The map slipped from their pack and fell to the ground. The lines on the page shifted before their eyes, ink bleeding into new symbols, pointing not outward, but inward. The shadow's head tilted, waiting. And then the arch began to pull. The forest floor shook, the air roared, and one by one, they were dragged toward the blinding light. Chapter 4. The Fall. They tumbled through darkness. No ground, no sky, only the endless rush of falling. Echoes filled the void, echoes of voices they had never heard before, whispering secrets meant for no living ear. And then, silence. They landed in a cavern of impossible size, walls carved with symbols matching the map. A river of light flowed through the stone like veins in a body. But it wasn't the carvings that froze them. It was the figure standing at the center, hooded, motionless, waiting. When it finally spoke, the voice shook the cavern. Every path has its cost. You have walked too far. The walls began to tremble, cracks splitting open. Chapter 5. The Dawn. The cavern collapsed. Dust and rock fell like rain, and in the chaos, the hooded figure lifted a hand. Instead of anger, there was mercy in its gesture. The river of light surged upward, wrapping around the five friends like a shield. They closed their eyes, expecting nothing but an end. But when they opened them again, they were lying in the forest. Morning sun streamed through the trees. Birdsong filled the air, and the arch was gone. The map, too, had vanished, leaving only the journal, now blank. They looked at one another, shaken but alive, breathing in the relief of a dawn that felt almost unreal. And though none of them spoke it aloud, each knew one thing for certain: some mysteries are not meant to be solved.